James steps out of his chauffeured limousine, feeling the bitter cold piercing through his expensive wool coat. He wraps his scarf tighter, glancing around at the bustling city. His eyes catch sight of a small figure huddled in the corner of a busy street, barely visible amongst the throngs of people rushing by. He approaches, and his heart sinks. A little girl, no more than 7, clutches 2 tiny babies in her arms. Their frail bodies are wrapped in thin, tattered blankets, barely enough to protect them from the icy wind. Her face is pale, lips quivering, eyes filled with a mix of fear and resilience. James crouches down, his voice gentle. "Hey there! What are you doing out here in the cold?" The girl looks up, her eyes wide with surprise and hope. "I'm trying to keep my brothers warm," she whispers, her voice trembling. "We don't have anywhere to go." James feels a lump in his throat. He takes off his coat and wraps it around the 3 children. "Come with me," he says softly. "We'll get you somewhere warm." The little girl hesitates, but then nods. James helps her up, taking one of the babies in his arms. He feels the tiny body shivering, and his heart aches. They walk towards his limousine, drawing curious looks from passers-by. As they get in, the warmth of the car envelopes them, and James can see the relief on the girl's face. They arrive at a nearby cafe. The warmth and the scent of hot cocoa greet them as they step inside. James orders a cup of cocoa for the girl and some warm milk for the babies. They sit down at a corner table, the girl still clutching her brothers tightly. "Can you tell me your name?" James asks, his voice gentle. "I'm Lily," she replies, her voice barely above a whisper. "And these are my brothers, Max and Sam." James smiles, trying to put her at ease. "You're very brave, Lily. Can you tell me what happened?" Lily looks down at the table, her eyes welling up with tears. "Our parents died in a car accident a few months ago," she says, her voice breaking. "We didn't have anyone else, so I had to take care of my brothers. But it's been so hard and so cold." James feels a surge of empathy and sadness. He reaches out and gently holds her hand. "You're not alone anymore, Lily. I'm here to help." Lily looks up, her eyes filled with gratitude and a hint of something else, something deeper. "Thank you," she whispers. "But why are you helping us?" No one ever stops to help. James takes a deep breath, his mind racing. "Because I've been where you are. I lost my wife and daughter in an accident too. I know what it's like to feel so alone." Lily's eyes widen, and she squeezes his hand. "I'm sorry," she says softly. "You must miss them a lot." James nods, feeling a tear escape down his cheek. "I do. But helping you makes me feel like I'm doing something good in their memory." Lily gives him a small, brave smile. "You are," she says. "You're like an angel to us." James feels a warmth in his heart that he hasn't felt in a long time. He looks at Lily and her brothers, and he knows that he can't just leave them. "Lily," he says, his voice firm, "I want to help you and your brothers. I want to give you a home." Lily's eyes fill with tears, but this time they're tears of joy. "Really?" she asks, her voice trembling with hope. James nods, feeling a sense of purpose and determination. "Yes, really. You'll never have to worry about being alone or cold again." Lily throws her arms around him, hugging him tightly. "Thank you," she whispers. "You've saved us." James holds her close, feeling a peace and happiness that he thought he'd never feel again. As they leave the cafe, he knows that this is the start of a new chapter, for him, for Lily, and for her brothers. Together, they'll build a new family, one filled with love, warmth, and hope. The scene changes to a cozy, warmly lit room. James is sitting on a couch, with Lily and her brothers beside him. The babies are now dressed in warm, comfortable clothes, and Lily is smiling, her face full of life and happiness. James looks around the room, feeling a sense of contentment. "This is your new home, Lily," he says, his voice filled with emotion. "You and your brothers are safe here." Lily looks around, her eyes wide with amazement. "It's beautiful," she says. "Thank you so much." James smiles, feeling his heart swell with pride and joy. "You're welcome, Lily. You're part of my family now." Lily reaches out and takes his hand. "You're the best thing that's ever happened to us," she says, her voice filled with gratitude. James feels a tear escape down his cheek. "And you're the best thing that's happened to me," he says. "You've given me a reason to live again." Lily smiles, her eyes shining with happiness. "We're going to be so happy here," she says. James nods, feeling a sense of hope and optimism. "Yes, we are," he says. "We're going to be a family." The scene fades out as James, Lily, and her brother sit together, surrounded by warmth and love. In the background, the soft sounds of laughter and music can be heard, signaling the beginning of their new life together. The end credits roll, showing James and Lily helping others in need, continuing the cycle of kindness and compassion. The final message appears on the screen: kindness can change the world. Share it. The video ends with a heartfelt thank you from James and Lily, encouraging viewers to spread kindness and love in their own lives. This script aims to capture the emotions and the profound impact of a simple act of kindness, turning it into a life-changing experience for both James and Lily. I hope this resonates well with your audience and conveys the powerful message you intended. Let me know if you need any more details or adjustments. As days turned into weeks, James found his life changing in ways he had never imagined. The once empty halls of his grand mansion were now filled with the cheerful voices of Lily and her brothers. He watched with a sense of fulfillment as they began to thrive in their new environment. Lily started attending school, and her brothers, Max and Sam, were cared for by a kind nanny, Mrs. Thompson, whom James hired to help with their upbringing. James would often find himself mesmerized by the simplicity of their joy. Lily's laughter as she chased her brothers around the garden, their excited chatter over dinner as they recounted their day. It was as if the house itself had come alive, every corner radiating warmth and love. One evening, after a particularly long day at work, James returned home to find Lily waiting for him in the living room. She was holding a piece of paper and looked both excited and nervous. "James," she called out as he walked in, "I have something for you." James smiled and sat down beside her. "What is it, Lily?" She handed him the paper. It was a drawing, a simple yet beautiful picture of their new family. James, Lily, Max, and Sam were all holding hands, standing under a big, bright sun. "Do you like it?" Lily asked, her eyes full of hope. James felt a lump form in his throat. He nodded, unable to speak for a moment. "I love it, Lily. It's beautiful." Lily beamed with pride. "I'm glad you do. I made it for you because you've made us so happy. You've given us a home and a family." James pulled her into a gentle hug. "And you've given me something I thought I'd lost forever, happiness and a sense of purpose." As they hugged, Max and Sam toddled over, giggling. James scooped them up, feeling the warmth and joy of the moment. The following months were filled with milestones and memories. James made it a point to attend all of Lily's school events, cheering her on as she excelled in her studies and made new friends. He also began taking an active role in the twins' lives, reading bedtime stories, playing with them in the park, and even changing diapers, something he had never imagined doing before. One evening, as James was tucking Lily into bed, she looked up at him with thoughtful eyes. "James, do you ever miss your wife and daughter?" James took a deep breath. "Yes, Lily. I miss them every day. They were a big part of my life, and losing them was the hardest thing I've ever gone through." Lily reached out and held his hand. "I'm sorry you had to go through that, but I'm really glad you found us." James felt tears welling up in his eyes. "Me too, Lily. You and your brothers have brought so much joy into my life. I feel like I have a family again." Lily smiled. "We are a family, James, and we always will be." As he left her room that night, James felt a profound sense of peace. He knew that the road ahead would have its challenges, but he also knew that together, they could overcome anything. One winter evening, as the first snow began to fall, James decided to take the children to a nearby park. He bundled them up in warm clothes, and they set out, their breaths visible in the crisp, cold air. The park was transformed into a winter wonderland, with trees covered in a delicate blanket of snow. Lily's eyes sparkled with excitement as she ran ahead, making footprints in the fresh snow. Max and Sam, bundled up in their little snowsuits, giggled as James pulled them on a sled. They spent the afternoon playing in the snow, building snowmen, and having snowball fights. James felt like a child again, laughing and playing with the children. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the park, they sat down on a bench, their cheeks rosy from the cold. Lily snuggled up to James, her face glowing with happiness. "This is the best day ever," she said with a contented sigh. James wrapped his arm around her, feeling the warmth of her small body against his. "I'm glad you're having fun, Lily. You deserve all the happiness in the world." Lily looked up at him, her eyes shining. "And so do you, James. You've given us so much. You deserve to be happy too." James smiled, feeling a deep sense of gratitude. "I am happy, Lily. You and your brothers have brought so much joy into my life." As they made their way back home, James reflected on how much his life had changed since that fateful day he found Lily and her brothers. He had gone from feeling lost and empty to feeling a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment. He knew that his journey was far from over, but he also knew that he had found a new reason to live, a new family to cherish and protect. The following spring, James decided to take the children on a special trip to the countryside. He wanted to give them a chance to experience nature and create more beautiful memories together. They stayed in a cozy cottage surrounded by lush greenery and blooming flowers. Each day was filled with new adventures, hiking through the woods, fishing by the river, and having picnics in the meadow. The children's laughter echoed through the air as they explored their surroundings, their faces lit up with wonder and joy. One evening, as they sat by the campfire roasting marshmallows, Lily looked up at the starry sky. "James, do you think Mom and Dad can see us from up there?" James looked up at the stars, feeling a sense of calm. "I believe they can, Lily, and I think they're very proud of you for being so strong and brave." Lily smiled, her eyes reflecting the glow of the fire. "I hope so. I want to make them proud." James put his arm around her. "You already have, Lily, and you've made me proud too." As the fire crackled and the night grew darker, James felt a deep sense of contentment. He knew that life would always have its ups and downs, but he also knew that he had found something priceless, a family to love and cherish. And in that moment, surrounded by the warmth of the fire and the love of his new family, he felt truly at peace. Back in the city, life settled into a comfortable routine. James continued to work hard, but he always made sure to prioritize time with the children. They spent weekends exploring new places, visiting museums, and enjoying each other's company. One day, Lily came home from school with a big smile on her face. "James, guess what? I got the lead role in the school play." James's face lit up with pride. "That's amazing, Lily. I'm so proud of you." Lily hugged him tightly. "I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for believing in me." James felt a swell of emotion. "You're going to be fantastic, Lily. I can't wait to see you perform." The night of the play, James sat in the front row, his heart filled with anticipation. As the curtains opened and Lily stepped onto the stage, he felt a surge of pride and joy. She performed with confidence and grace, captivating the audience with her talent and charm. As the play came to an end, the audience erupted in applause. James stood up, clapping and cheering for Lily. She looked out into the crowd and saw him, her face breaking into a radiant smile. In that moment, James knew that all the challenges and hardships they had faced were worth it. He had found a new family, and they had found a new life filled with love, hope, and endless possibilities. Months passed, and their bond grew stronger. James cherished every moment with Lily, Max, and Sam, knowing that they had brought a new purpose to his life. He watched with pride as Lily excelled in school, and the twins grew into happy, healthy toddlers. One summer evening, as they were enjoying a barbecue in their backyard, James received an unexpected call. It was from a representative of a local charity organization. They had heard about James's story and wanted to honor him for his kindness and generosity. "We'd like to invite you and your family to our annual gala," the representative said. "We believe your story can inspire others to spread kindness and make a difference in their communities." James was taken aback. He had never sought recognition for his actions, but he understood the importance of sharing their story. "Thank you," he replied. "We'd be honored to attend." The night of the gala arrived, and James, Lily, Max, and Sam dressed up in their finest clothes. As they entered the grand ballroom, they were greeted by applause and admiration. James felt a sense of pride, not just for himself, but for Lily and her brothers, who had overcome so much to be where they were today. As James took the stage to accept the award, he looked out at the audience, filled with faces eager to hear their story. He took a deep breath and began to speak. "Thank you for this incredible honor. But tonight, I want to share the true heroes of this story, Lily, Max, and Sam. Their resilience, strength, and love have taught me more about life than I could ever imagine. They have shown me that no matter how difficult the journey, there is always hope and kindness to be found." He continued, "Our story is not just about us. It's about the power of kindness and compassion. It's about the impact we can have on each other's lives, no matter how small the gesture. I encourage everyone here tonight to look for opportunities to help those in need. It doesn't take a lot to make a difference. A simple act of kindness can change someone's life forever. Thank you." As the audience erupted into applause, James stepped down from the stage, feeling a mix of pride and humility. He spotted Lily in the crowd, her eyes shining with admiration and love. She rushed over to him and wrapped her arms around his waist. "You did amazing, James," she whispered. "Mom and Dad would be so proud of you." James felt tears prick his eyes. "Thank you, Lily. But this award belongs to you and your brothers too. You're the real heroes in this story." The weeks following the gala were filled with newfound energy and a sense of purpose. Inspired by the overwhelming support and recognition they received, James decided to expand his efforts to help more children in need. He established the Lily Foundation in honor of the little girl who had changed his life. The foundation aimed to provide shelter, education, and support to orphaned and homeless children, ensuring they had a chance at a brighter future. Lily was ecstatic about the foundation. She actively participated in its activities, helping to organize events and fundraisers, and even speaking at schools to share her story. Her passion and determination inspired everyone around her, and the foundation quickly gained momentum. One sunny afternoon, James and Lily visited a local orphanage to meet some of the children who would benefit from the foundation's support. As they walked through the halls, James couldn't help but feel a sense of déjà vu. The children's hopeful faces reminded him of the day he first met Lily and her brothers. In one of the rooms, they met a shy boy named Ben. He was about Lily's age, with big, curious eyes and a shy smile. Lily immediately took a liking to him and spent the afternoon showing him around and playing games with him. As they prepared to leave, Ben tugged at James's sleeve. "Mr. James," he said softly, "do you think I could have a family like Lily someday?" James knelt down and looked into Ben's hopeful eyes. "Ben, I believe that every child deserves a loving family, and I promise you, we will do everything we can to make that happen." Lily hugged Ben tightly. "We're going to help you, Ben. You're not alone anymore." As they left the orphanage, James felt a renewed sense of purpose. He knew that the journey ahead would be challenging, but he was determined to make a difference in the lives of as many children as possible. Over the next few months, the Lily Foundation grew exponentially. They opened new shelters, provided educational resources, and offered counseling and support to children in need. James and Lily worked tirelessly, driven by their shared mission to spread kindness and compassion. One evening, as they sat in their living room, Lily turned to James with a thoughtful expression. "James, do you ever wonder what our life would be like if we hadn't met that day?" James smiled, remembering the cold winter day when he first saw her huddled with her brothers. "I do, Lily, and I believe that meeting you was the best thing that ever happened to me. You brought light into my life when I needed it the most." Lily hugged him tightly. "And you saved us, James. You gave us a family and a home. We'll always be grateful for that." James felt a deep sense of gratitude and love. "We saved each other, Lily, and together, we're making the world a better place." As the years went by, the bond between James, Lily, Max, and Sam grew stronger. They celebrated each milestone and overcame every challenge together. Lily continued to excel in her studies and became a passionate advocate for children's rights. Max and Sam grew into kind, caring young boys, following in their sister's footsteps. One day, as they were celebrating Max and Sam's 10th birthday, Lily made a heartfelt announcement. "James, I've decided what I want to do with my life. I want to become a lawyer and fight for the rights of children. I want to help as many kids as possible, just like you helped us." James felt a surge of pride. "That's wonderful, Lily. I'm so proud of you. And I know you'll make a huge difference in the world." Lily's eyes sparkled with determination. "Thank you, James. I couldn't have done it without you." As the family continued to grow and thrive, James knew that their journey was far from over. They had found each other in the most unlikely of circumstances, and together they had built a life filled with love, hope, and endless possibilities. Years passed, and Lily achieved her dream of becoming a lawyer. She dedicated her career to advocating for children's rights and fighting for justice. Max and Sam, inspired by their sister and their father figure, pursued careers in social work and education, respectively. The bond between them remained unbreakable, and they continued to support and inspire each other. The Lily Foundation became a beacon of hope for countless children, providing them with the resources and support they needed to thrive. James remained actively involved, serving as a mentor and guiding force for the Foundation's initiatives. One summer evening, as the family gathered for a reunion, James looked around at the faces of the people he loved. They had come so far from that cold winter day when their paths first crossed. He felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude and fulfillment. Lily stood up to make a toast. "To family," she began, her voice filled with emotion. "To love, kindness, and the power of compassion. We are all here today because of the choices we made to help one another. And together, we have created something beautiful." James raised his glass, tears of joy in his eyes. "To family," he echoed. "To the bonds that hold us together and the love that guides us. We are truly blessed." As they clinked glasses and shared laughter and memories, James knew that their journey had come full circle. They had found each other in their darkest moments, and together, they had created a legacy of love and kindness that would endure for generations to come. In the years that followed, the Lily Foundation continued to grow, expanding its reach and impact. James and Lily's story became an inspiration to many, reminding people of the power of kindness and the importance of helping those in need. And so, in a world often filled with challenges and uncertainties, the story of James, Lily, Max, and Sam served as a beacon of hope. It showed that even in the coldest of days, a simple act of kindness could change lives and create a ripple effect of love and compassion. Their legacy lived on through the children they helped, the lives they touched, and the countless acts of kindness inspired by their journey. And in the hearts of those who heard their story, the message was clear. Kindness can change the world. Share it.